Okay, next game. Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Liverpool 3. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah, it has been.
Let's briefly talk about this game. It was a game of two halves, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I watched.
Yeah, the second half changed a lot, Lee, didn't it? With the system change and made substitutions. Jurgen Klopp after a disappointing first half. Hee Chan-wang scores in the 7th minute of the first half, and then they came roaring back with Gakpo, Robertson, and a Bueno own goal. Is that the strength of Jurgen Klopp? Twice I've called you Rob now. Is that?
It's okay.
Is that yellow, do I get a yellow card? Or?
No. We're fighting. We're rolling around on the floor in a minute. No, it's okay.
Talk to me about Klopp and how he changes around.
Well, sometimes I think the managers, we criticise them, and I've been critical of Arteta over the last season of making substitutions or not making substitutions when you think something should be done. And as the managers we are, the expert managers we are, sitting in our television studio making these decisions. But I know how difficult. Well, I don't know how difficult it is, but it would be seemingly a lot more difficult where they are. And sometimes their substitution wins games. And Klopp at half time in his team talk, I think, would have been pivotal into why they went and changed. Because first off, they were terrible, Rob. They were all over the place, flat as anything, sloppy. Wolves, like they did against United when we did the first game of the season, they played so well at Old Trafford and ended up losing. Wolves really set about them, and they were brilliant on the break. Neto was fantastic on that left-hand side. Cunha, Cunha's chance, it goes 2-0, it can be completely different. And he knew something had to be done at half time. And he's, I don't know what his wages are, but they're pretty substantial in the tens of millions. And he earned it because he made some decisions, and he made, I don't know what he said at half time, but he would have said to him, definitely that's not good enough. And whatever his method is, some as you know, some methods that managers use are very quiet. Wenger very rarely raised his voice. He didn't shout a lot. He just got us all to sit down and said, I think we should do this and that. And he was very calm. George Graham, on the hand, before him, would be throwing teacups around. Kenny Dalglish got very animated. Yeah. Sir Alex Ferguson, with a hairdryer and all of that. So I don't know what sort of Klopp. I think Klopp's got a shout in him. So I'm pretty sure a few harsh words were said at half time, and second half they were kind of back to their. Although it was against the Wolves team trying to get back in the side, that they were kind of back to their fluid best at some points in that game. Luis
Diaz came on, didn't he, at the break? And then Darwin Núñez came on later on.
Yeah.
Just a couple of questions on you for different positions. Now, the midfield area, of course, has been a total change. So many players have left, so many have come in. I want a quick line on you from Alexis McAllister. And he's been playing the holding role, number 6 right now. And Endo is meant to be, the Japanese player is meant to be for that spot at some point. McAllister, mixed so far for me. Like, do you expect a little more as his career at Liverpool continues?
I think I think it'll get better. I think and this is no disrespect, and it's a difficult one saying this because he's won the World Cup. So, but it's not, that's international football. It's not club football, and it's not Liverpool. I'm not saying that Liverpool are a bigger club than Argentina. And what I'm saying is it's a different prospect playing you week in, week out football.
Very high level, intense level.
Anfield, and then away from home at Anfield, where Liverpool have got notoriety for going to these away grounds, and people going, God, Liverpool are here. All the fans are there, and it's amazing because they're a huge football club, and that takes a bit of getting used to. So I'm going to give him a bit of slack and say he's a really good footballer.
He's a really good player,
and I think the system might not suit him right now, and then he'll come to his form when they get that right, whether that's a slight change in there and pushing him in a different position. But he's a quality player, and there's no doubt he's got that gong around his neck that proves that he's a good player. World Cup winner. It's not a bad thing, is it?
I played with a Brazilian guy. His name was Branco at Middlesbrough, and he was about 45 when we bought him, it seemed like. And,
same age as you then?
Yeah. And, there was times in training he was awful. Couldn't give a monkey. He's walking around. In fact, there's one session he's kicking the cones around like being a real pain in the backside. And any time he gave him stick, he used to go, world champion. That's all he had. I mean, it's a pretty good comeback.
It's not
to
a
be
bad
fair.
One. Yeah.
So, and of course, he's got that as well. Two more things, Liverpool. Front line, quicker on like so. Who's your front three? We know Mo Salah's locked in on right side. I'm thinking about Gakpo. Is it Gakpo? Is it Luis Diaz? Is it Jota? Is it Darwin Nunez?
I like. I've got a thing for Nunez. I think he's going to be.
I do too.
I think he's going to be good.
Even though he misses a lot.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I do mind he misses, but it's like it's good that he gets those positions.
I do, and I like Gakpo as well. But I also like who's the other one you mentioned? It's been a long weekend.
Is Diogo Jota?
No.
Luis Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz.
Diaz got to be left, hasn't he? Into the left side. So
Diaz, Nunez, Salah. That's what I'd go. But like all good sides, you've got to be able to mix it about a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's I think when Mane left, there was a big hole to be filled, wasn't there? And it was like, have they filled it yet? And
Diaz looked pretty good, didn't he? Straight away, Luis Diaz looked pretty good.
Be interested to see if he gets a run in the side rather than coming off the bench, and he gets a run and goes, right, you're going to play every week.
I think so.
Going to play every week.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It'd be remiss of me, Lee Dixon.
Yes.
Of not to bring up this next topic because I'm fascinated, and you probably know what it's going to be already.
Of course I do.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, right fullback for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Magnificent distributor of the ball, crosser, through balls, brilliant. Questionable as a defender of a right back. Okay, let me try. Am I going to frame this question? How are you going to word this? Well, is he worth, and this is a yes/no, which isn't a great way to answer questions, it could be a yes/no answer, but is he worth the defensive travails to have his attacking prowess at right back in a back four? And give me a reason for your answer. And any answer is okay, by the way.
No, yes, as long as the issues you've got with him playing like he does are accommodated by the rest of the team. And last season that wasn't the case. The season before they were brilliant. It was the case. But then he changed. So you can't have everything. You've got it's 11v11, Rob. You know that. All over the pitch, 11v11. Somewhere, if you've got an extra man or someone who's creating a load of stuff and a load of good stuff, there'll be a gap somewhere else, or there'll be, if he's doing this, he won't be doing this. So you've got to accommodate him. And when he plays and he wanders into that little in front of the centre halves and the playmaker, then you go, well, who's going to then play right back? I mean, right sided centre back going to go over there like Man City do, and they play that kind of morphed three with. Whoever's going, Stones was going in there, or Akanji goes in. So you've got to be able to come. I don't think that Liverpool have done that particularly well, trying to fit him into that.
Do you think Jordan Henderson did a great job 2 or 3 years previously?
Correct.
He fitted in there and did all that. What you're talking about?
Yeah, and I know you always like to talk about the midfield players because you look at them and you analyse them, and he was the one. That he was the one, and then as his legs started to go and he wasn't quite in the team as much. Then you start to get issues in that area, and I think their midfield has been their problem that Trent has paid the price for.
So you like so I'm a little surprised, but you like him there, and you would try and organise a team around playing him in that position and the gap that sometimes he leaves, instead of saying to me, you know what, Robbie, Liverpool, get a normal right back, play him in midfield or outside, or as a wing back.
No,
I still like him as a fullback.
I still want Liverpool to play with a fullback. But if you're saying to me that Trent's got to be in the team, then do you accommodate his brilliance by playing him in a slightly different? And how do you work the problem out elsewhere? I go, if he's going to be in the team, then you can't play him as a right back. You have to play as an adapted right back. And then that causes other issues. So if you said to me, he's going to just play right back, they haven't got the midfield players to come, like you said, they haven't got a Jordan Henderson to do what he's to fill him out. So until they do that, then you kind of play him in a morphed position or don't play him. But they're always going to play him because he sets up 20 goals a season.
He does.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.